Greetings and salutations, everybody. It's the Garlic Bread Warlord Nicolithi, and it is soccer over there, and it's the Caddies at Bushwood.
Check.
I'm joined with John Nelson.
Check.
John Nelson joins us.
Check.
Jason, is he there? Is he there now? Do we know for sure?
Should be about another hour and a half.
Okay. He will be wheels down in Mexico City here in about an hour and a half. And will you be joining him? Are we able to discuss such things?
Yeah, we can. I will be joining him at the Estadio Azteca, but I first have to get there.
You have to get there.
Yes.
Okay. So as long as the flights remain going, you're good.
Yeah, that's the notion.
Okay, all right. Well, so here's the thing. If you're out there listening right now and you are experiencing any difficulties with us as far as, how to hear us, anything like that, maybe we're not coming through clearly, just let me know.
Yeah.
Just let us know at SOC over there, SOC over there.
It's a little bootleggy, but
a little bootleggy?
Yeah, a little bootleggy.
All right. So we have to jump into a few things. All right, we have to. It's not fun, but we have to talk about it. And that is that after a lot of starts and stops and misfirings, Serie A is done for at least a month.
Yes.
Yeah, at least a month it's going to be done. And now the entire country of Italy.
How crazy is this?
Is on lockdown. And so here's sort of the timeline of events, because as we all know, I speak to my family there on a pretty regular basis, whether they want to or not. I'm blowing up their inboxes, and initially it was like, oh, this is no big deal. Jump on a plane, come see us. It's
right.
There's no problems here, man. It's just a few people who are sick. And then it became, and one of my cousins is a cop in Padova, and I have another cousin who's in Milan, and I have cousins down in Sicily as well. So that gives you an idea. Like, we're covered in the north, we're covered in the south, the middle. I have a couple of people who I know there, but that's about it.
Right.
So then the tide slowly turns to, well, we're a little concerned. We're hoping it doesn't come here. We are guarded.
Yes.
To now, it was the entire Lombardy region, which is where Milan is, was on lockdown. And when that happened and the military was called in to enforce it, it was, okay, now it's serious. Yeah. Now it's a big deal. So
okay.
that's the chain of events. And as we were talking about before the show, I feel like there's deja vu because I'm seeing the same exact talking points now. It's no big deal. This is a media push. This is no. And I watched, I have Italian news going in the house. And it has been one of those things where you saw all the newspaper articles saying that, hey, it's, the tourists are fleeing, we don't know why, and now it's full-blown panic. And the country's on lockdown. Delta earlier today canceled flights to Rome. They had already canceled flights to Milan. From a sporting perspective, all the Serie A games have been played behind closed doors. If you have watched any of these on ESPN+, it is a surreal experience. The Juve Inter will be my example. The Juve players get off the bus, they're walking, and Ronaldo sticks his hand out to where the kids normally are, and act like he's giving high fives to people. They go on the field, it's the exact same audio sequence as for any game, right? So the announcer's making announcements, music's playing, when the goal is scored, there's still the goal celebration music. But the stadium's completely empty, and it's absolutely nuts to watch. And I just keep trying to go back to this. And it should be over with, but now in Italy you can't even have a funeral like if you have a funeral, if somebody drops dead today, there's no funeral for them in 3 days. Everything is suspended. All public gatherings are suspended. I know that at least in Venice, the gyms are closed, pools are closed.
Wow.
If it's a gathering of 5 or more people, it's not happening. Religious services are, not public religious services are not happening either. Pierre Luigi, who we had the interview with when I was in Padua,
right?
He says that luckily, from a business perspective, the locals are helping keep him afloat at the moment, which is great.
Which is what we anticipated, I would think.
Right, but you have universities up there, and the universities are now, like, if you are a foreign student there, you're not there. You're gone. It makes me wonder what's happening. I think there's a University of Oklahoma extension in Arezzo. I mean, it makes you wonder what's happening with these kids as well. So if you know anybody who's traveled to Italy recently, they're not leaving now. So I can just say that if you are here stateside, I'm not getting into the political aspect of it.
Right.
I'm not.
It's the health aspect.
All I'm saying
important.
is everything that happened over there, I'm seeing happen here.
Mm-hmm.
And so just please, if you feel like you're going to be sick, it's just a little cough, it's no big deal. It's a big deal.
Yes.
Okay? It's officially a big deal.
Yes.
And if you don't think it's that big of a deal, well, I'm sure the parents of any kid in Fulton County, Georgia, will be free to have that conversation with you as it stands now. But this is not just Italy now where this is affecting business. Now, France says there will be no more than 1,000 fans can attend legal games until April 15th. So PSG Dortmund is going to be behind
closed doors. But Spurs and Leipzig is not.
Which is strange to me. It's just strange to me that there are still people who are, and I get it, and Boris Johnson, the Prime Minister of England, and again, I'm not getting into politics here, has suggested maybe England just says, hey, look, we're going to take one on the chin and keep moving forward. Whatever you may think about that particular idea, it may give you a hint as to how the English are preparing for this.
Right.
It also makes you wonder about the Euros this year. Because if this is, I think it should go without saying, but it just seems to be glossed over when something gets like so large that it sort of like just defies.
It should go without saying, but you need to go and say it.
Yeah. Italy, the entire country of Italy is on lockdown. Nobody in, nobody out. And you had Euro games that were scheduled to be played there, and they're not happening now. I mean, at the moment, like it's all shut down, and so you're hoping that it gets better and that the situation improves. But right now, with the way things are happening in Southeast Asia, with South Korea, obviously Japan not terribly far from there from a geographic standpoint. You have the Olympics there in the summer. They say that things are currently going to happen. But they ran a marathon race this past weekend.
And there were like 38 competitors.
Yeah. And you had like 2 people watching. And they had the interview. It was like a mom and a little girl. And the little girl was like just saying, run hard, be brave, which is very cute and fun until you start getting into the very like, it's very dystopian. It's like I love sci-fi movies.
Yeah.
Like the dystopian sci-fi movies, name it, I'm watching it. Even Cherry 2000, which is a horrific dystopian sci-fi movie.
Okay.
It's a disaster. It's Melanie Griffith as the lead.
I was going to say, I'd never heard of this movie.
Yeah, it's absolutely terrible. It's a big female Mad Max, but with horrible acting. That's what you have. It is female Mad Max, and it's just terrible acting. But everything now is going to be viewed through the lens of coronavirus. And from an athletic standpoint, now a social standpoint in Europe. And since this is soccer over there,
yes,
we have to talk about it.
Yes, we do.
So, John, what are your thoughts right now about what's happening over there?
Shutting leagues down is not a surprise, but frankly, I am of the mind that you need to be as safe as humanly possible when it comes to treatment of the virus, making sure that it doesn't spread any further than it does, continue at a higher rate than it's already spreading, those kinds of things. So I'm of the view of making sure that everyone is safe rather than having 75,000 of your closest friends watching a sporting event. I think this is just one of those times where you're sitting there and it's like, sports needs to take a back seat, no matter how long it is. And yes, I understand that you're talking about television contracts dealing with 8 and 9 figures total, 8 per team, 9 figures total, and the importance that it is for networks to have content, those kinds of things.
Right.
But no, I am of the idea that, dude, focus on getting people well first. People are dying here.
Yeah.
And this is what you need to lock yourself into. Focus on getting everybody well and getting everyone back on their collective feet before you have sporting events. And I know that Serie has pushed back the 1 week where there was no action, and then you had the 5 matches that were played, and 10 teams and all that kind of stuff. And I know that you're also looking at the notion that you're pushing schedules back and things like that. But I think that you'd like to think anyway that TV partners and fans and government officials would understand. It's like, let's peel it back here a little bit. Let's get everything squared away. Let's get everyone healthy, and then get back on our feet to make sure that folks can go out and cheer their local teams and that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm. And one of the things that didn't make any sense to me is that, okay, so you go closed-door stadium, but the people who still work for the teams go home.
Yeah.
Right? Like, they're still going home. They're still going to the grocery store.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care how high profile of a job you have, you're still going to be like, oh, but you know what? God, I don't have any sauce. Let me run to go get stuff to make some sauce tonight. So you run down to the grocery. Oh, hey, I'm going to join some friends of mine at the bar for a little bit. You're still interacting with the public. I don't care how high profile you are. You're still, unless you're on lockdown at the team facility. Then you get on the train, because that's how it's either by train or by bus. Is how you're traveling in Italy.
Right.
Then you're going to get on a train, and you're going to go halfway across the country to somewhere else. You're going to have a team dinner somewhere.
Yeah.
And then you're going to play the game. And so it just seemed weird to me, like, okay, but you still have people who are interacting.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't we just shut this thing down? And I give them credit for the fact that they've actually done it. So I have to give credit where credit's due. Today I'm wearing my AC Milan scarf. Much love to everybody who we do have people who tell me they listen over in Italy anyway. And so if you guys are listening, whether you are blue and black or red and black in Milan, just know that we love you and really. All thoughts and prayers for you guys and anyone else who's affected by it. But as of now, the next games that are listed are going. They have it listed online as March 15th.
But everything got pushed back to April, I thought.
Yeah, it's April. So this hasn't been updated yet. But so as far as what we saw this past weekend, Juve Inter, that was a critical game. That was supposed to be, whether Inter can keep up with Juve or not. And yet again, they failed. So now it's Juve and Lazio at the top of the table. 63 points for Juve. Lazio is 62. The conspiracy theorists are already out, saying that Lazio has been screwed out of this. They waited until Juve took the the pole position to cancel Serie A. So the conspiracy theorists are in full effect.
Yes.
This is the one time you're going to see me not go full black helicopters.
No?
The one time.
Okay.
This Juve had absolutely nothing to do with this particular decision. I'm just throwing that out there. So the way that the table's set up right now, it's Juve, Lazio, Inter, Atalanta, and then Roma and Napoli, and then Milan at 7th. And Milan is interesting because Boban, who is a legendary Milan player, partnered with Maldini. They were supposed to lead the revitalization project of Milan. there's been a huge falling out between Boban and Gazidis. That we talked about this last week. And here's the main issue here. Is that Boban has not gone quietly into the good night. Right?
Okay.
He is not. He in that unauthorized interview that he put out.
Oh, yeah, I heard about him catching hell for this.
Right. He ends up saying that he ends up hitting out saying that Milan is a dictatorship now. It's on goal.com. You can read about it here, and that Boban has lashed out at former club and chief executive officer Ivan Gazidis following his dismissal on Saturday, likening the chaotic situation at San Siro to the North Korean dictatorship.
Because of course.
Right, and he has also dropped the bomba that apparently, and we've been talking about Ralph Ragnick coming to Milan for a while.
Right.
According to Boban, this has been done since like December. He's like, no, this is done. Like this is a done deal. And so now you have, and this is a quote from Boban. Until a few days ago, I didn't think it was true that two souls were within Milan, albeit taking into account the 1,000 initial difficulties, cultural differences, and very different passions for a revolutionary cause. Not even warning us. And so here's the thing. He's saying that the Ragnick deal's done, and it was done behind the back of Maldini, done behind the back of Paolo. Poli. And it's absurd. It's absolutely absurd.
You realize, of course, that this is a bomba de Boban.
Yeah, it's bomba de Boban. Right. Boban says, my interview with Gazzetta was legally impeccable, and it arrived after many questions, and demands for in-house clarification went unanswered.
In-house clarification.
So, and then Boban added, they closed a deal with Rangnick in December. So, Stefano Pioli, who I was very vocal, I did not want Pioli. I was
Correct,
very vocal.
I remember this.
You cannot knock the fact that the guy has brought stability to the club. And that they've done this in this fashion is the most non-Milan way of dealing with things. If you are, and Manchester United fans can back me on this. If you believe that you are a club of certain stature, even if
you're not?
Even if your record does not indicate that, you still try to carry yourself in a certain way.
Yeah.
Right? You still say, hey, look, we may not have as much money in our bank account, but we're still believing ourselves to be upper crust society.
That's how you walk the walk.
That's right. We will carry ourselves accordingly. And so you don't handle things this way. And you shove out Boban, and then next Maldini's almost certainly going to go. And it's going to be the Gazidis disaster at this point. And as Arsenal fans can contribute, Gazidis has really not brought too many great things to that club in anywhere in his track record.
Nope.
It's wild because now the players know that Pioli's going to be gone. They know they don't really have anything else to play for. And the question is that if the league is done for this season,
right?
I mean, why not just make the move now? Just make the move now. Just say, hey, look, you know what, Pioli, love you, pal. Appreciate your business, but
thanks for hanging out with us.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out. It's been a great time.
Here's your parting gift. Love you, mean it.
That's right.
Here's your pocket watch.
Yeah, here's your gold watch.
Because it's hard times.
It is. The American dream, Dusty Rose. It's been hard times out there for when Ric Flair and the Four Horsemen attempted to bring the American dream, Dusty Rose, to the ground. But now my hand is touching your hand. It's one of the greatest promos ever. YouTube, Dusty Rhodes.
It's hard time for Maldini.
That's right. It's hard time right now for Mr. Paolo Maldini. They give him a gold watch and say, a computer took your job, Daddy. That's hard times. So that's the promo's great, man. We got to find any way we can to try to stay up and stay positive right now.
Oh my God!
But I'm telling you, it blows my mind that this is where Milan is now. I don't know if anyone or anything can save it, because it's just that much of a nightmare.
Sorry, I'm eating dinner.
No, I know. We look. You need to eat. Go for it. Because I'm next. I'm gonna hand angle it over to you, and then I'm gonna shove my face with a ton of food. So.
But I'm also responding to you while I'm eating dinner.
You are. You're professional that way.
This is the Caddies at Bushwood version.
Yes.
The pool is open for the Caddies tonight. Jason is on a plane, and he is heading to Mexico City for the round of 8 for the CONCACAF Champions League matchup. Atlanta United, Club America, 10:30 Eastern Time on Wednesday night. The juice box purveyors are not too kind. Sorry, the Easter candy purveyors, since we're in that month.
Right.
They're not too kind to Atlanta United right now as we speak. Club America, minus 223 to win at the Estadio Azteca
On Wednesday night late. And we will obviously keep you posted
as to when soccer down here is going to be in the mornings for the remainder of the week, because Jason is going to be in Mexico City. I will be chasing him to Mexico City. I will be down there starting Wednesday. So after the show on Wednesday, on what time that is, heading to Hartsfield, hopping on a plane, getting to Mexico City, hopping in a car, heading to the hotel near the Estadio Azteca, dropping my bag, turning around, walking to the Estadio Azteca. That's how close I'm staying to the Estadio Azteca. Getting in my steps.
Very important.
Going to the match.
Yes.
Be there with Jason.
Okay.
Friend of the network, Mike Conti. Watching said match.
Yes.
Getting post-game in the mix zone.
Ooh.
And then we will all be trying to figure out when SDH is probably going to be an SDH PM on Thursday.
So you will be in the mix zone getting audio.
I believe that is accurate, yes.
Well, that is fantastic.
So we will see what kind of audio we can get. We can turn it for the show and for our friends out and about and around, and see what happens with the end result of Club America and Atlanta United on Wednesday night. And we'll have sound and fury, and hopefully it signifies something, unlike Bill Shakespeare.
I know that the juice box purveyors.
Easter candy purveyors, we're in that month.
Yes, okay. Easter candy. What is the peak Easter candy? Have we established what the peak Easter candy is?
Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
Okay, no. Oh, yeah, we agree on that. Jarrett, the infidel.
He is.
He is. He is a candy infidel. He does not believe in the power of Reese's.
We have issues with that.
And he is currently not a friend of the show because he does not believe in the power of Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. So I just think it's just something where you can tell a lot about someone by certain choices they make in life.
Like what their favorite Easter candy is?
I think it's something. Yeah.
Okay.
If you put sugar in your marinara,
Okay,
or you don't like Reese's, I have fundamental issues with you. I just think this is something that should be known. We can disagree about beer choices. We can disagree about your favorite team, unless it's Center. We can disagree about a great many things that'd be totally cool.
Sensing a conjunction in your sentence.
But
Thank you.
if there's no Reese's in your life, unless you have some sort of peanut allergy, if there's a medical reason why you cannot enjoy Reese's, that's fine. But Jarrett seems to be very much against Reese's from from just an existence standpoint.
For real?
Yeah. I just have a challenge with that, sir. I have a challenge. Just throwing that out there.
I'm just like, how can you not like Reese's?
I don't know. How did you grow up not liking Reese's unless you had a peanut allergy?
In a non-Reese's zone?
I mean, just throwing it out there.
I mean, you're like, eh.
I don't like it.
Yeah, so that's just
that gives you the question mark bubble over your head when you hear something like that.
That's right.
It's like Foghorn Leghorn in the cartoon.
there's something a little about a kid that doesn't like baseball.
That's right. That's right.
Same kind of deal with someone who doesn't like Reese's.
That's right. So Jarrett, feel free to hit us up
At us
and explain yourself to the masses.
Yeah.
Yeah. We demand that you explain yourself to the masses.
I know.
Meanwhile, getting out their.
Oh, Chris Hutchison with a point.
Ooh.
He says that Jarrett would like candy corn at Easter.
I'm okay with candy corn.
But at Easter?
Yeah.
I mean, mine
But
was usually left over from Halloween, and it was just there.
They color coordinate candy corn now, so it's still the candy corn shape, but it's now like a light blue. It's like a light blue and like,
light blue candy corn.
There's a little blue and a little white.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and yellow.
Are you totally deranged?
No. This is happening. This is happening.
Chris Hutchison, have you heard about this? Now that you've chimed in, have you heard about this color coordinated candy that is Easter based? That just looks disgusting.
It does not look disgusting. It looks delicious, and I enjoy it. I enjoy candy corn quite a lot. It never goes bad.
That's why I usually get the Halloween leftovers at Easter.
I tell you, know what else never goes bad?
What?
The wonderful plethora of items that we have for sale and use, including our hats.
Excellent.
The trucker hats that
Nicely
we have.
Done, yes.
Because spring's right around the corner.
It is.
The furnace kicks on here in Georgia very quickly.
Check.
And that trucker hat provides you wonderful shade, comfort, and eye protection.
Yes, it does.
So we want to make sure that you go and get your soccer down here hat immediately.
Scarf, beanie, we know that it's the winter months, and we know it's getting a little warmer, so maybe not necessarily the beanies, but you can also go to our Teespring store.
Yep.
Soccer-down-here over at Teespring. Get your city-specific gear and drop your support for your own city. You get your Presser Pancakes t-shirt. You can get your Soccer Down Here sweatshirts, those kinds of things at the Teespring store. Mm-hmm. But, so go there and get stuff. But, yes, if you want the hat, you want the beanie, you want the scarf, you want those kinds of things, let us know that you'd like them. And then Jason, who is in charge of that particular inventory, can help you and package things. Oh, and Chris, by the way, he has commented on your color-coordinated candy corn.
Yeah.
He says it sounds even more revolting than plain candy corn.
Well, Chris, there are people in this world who enjoy refined things. There are people who
I am not one of them.
Enjoy pate and caviar. There are people who don't enjoy private planes and custom-tailored suits. And
the alligator shoes and the Ole Cassinis?
Ostrich shoes, sir. Ostrich shoes. And if you are one of those people who do not like the finer things in life, I just don't know how I can argue with you. I just don't know how I can argue with you. If you don't like the finer things. Can we talk about something that's nice coming out of Italy?
Sure.
Okay, can we talk? Bologna apparently was ready to refund the money to their fans. This is on Reddit.
Mondays with Reddit.
Yeah, Bologna was ready to refund the money to their fans for playing games behind closed doors. The fans have refused.
Wow.
And are encouraging the club to donate the money to local hospitals.
All right.
That's
very cool.
That's
excellent.
I like that.
That's very, very nice. I'm still eating.
No, that's great. I was going to jump to England, and then I saw that you were munching, so I'm not. No, this is what happens when Jason's not here. It's like, hey, look, we're going to order food, we're going to order drinks, we're going to have a big time.
Yeah.
And we're going to have we have the food popping off over here. We have 9,427 television sets in which to watch anything we want.
Which reminds us, by the way, Friday night here at the Brewhouse, where they will have even more TVs than 9,427. It's another edition of the Run-Up.
The Run-Up.
With myself, Kelly Francis.
There you go.
Should you wish to come and drop by?
Oh no, I should be able to come by on this one.
Okay.
See, here's the thing: is that Dr. Wifey decided she was going to go.
The boss.
And the boss was going to decide to go to Louisville and Louisville. How do you say it? Is it Louisville?
Louisville.
Okay.
Louisville.
I always get it wrong.
No,
it's like the one pronunciation I can't nail.
Louisville. It's like Knoxville, Nashville, Merville, Louisville. Louisville.
Okay.
But slur it, Louisville. Louisville.
Okay. And I had both minions, and as a result, I figured it would be great. It'd be a better experience for you guys, and for the viewers of the show to not have my children climbing on top of you guys
Understood.
while you were trying to do the show.
Right.
Because even though the Duchess is only 3, she has zero regard for human life.
I was going to say her scaling skills are top notch.
Yes, and she will climb up on the table. She will like do the people's elbow on your laptop.
Nice.
She doesn't care. And then if Jack doesn't eat anything, Jackie Fresh will then have a low blood sugar throwdown.
Right.
And we just don't need that in public.
A low blood sugar throwdown.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't get low blood sugar throwdowns? Like where you feel like, I'm so hungry, I'm willing to fight anyone. I would fist fight a mountain gorilla right now.
I just fist fight mountain gorillas because I want to anyway.
Okay, well, you are a brave, bold individual, sir.
Occasionally.
A brave, bold individual.
I hide behind others most of the time.
Yeah. So, going back to Mondays with Reddit.
Mondays with Reddit.
Mourinho.
I've heard of him.
This is via
3.
Dan Kilpatrick.
3 titles. 3.
3 titles. I have 3 titles.
3 titles.
Mourinho said, Tottenham is not going to be my only club without silverware.
I won at every club. I believe I'm going to do it at Tottenham.
I'm just throwing it out there, huh?
Gummy Bear Cup. Open Cup.
Can this happen? Do you see a way for Jose Mourinho to actually
Gummy
finish
Bear
this
Cup,
year with
FA
the
Cup.
trophy?
Though this year, it'd have to be the FA Cup, wouldn't it? Because Gummy Bear Cup's got decided already.
But I'm just saying, like, if there's a lot of stuff in play here for Mourinho, right? One is that he actually has to it's not just he stays at the club, right? Like, I'm going to stay at the club. I'm going to win trophies. I'm going somewhere.
Right.
Idiocy can happen. The man can be removed from the gig.
Yes. Well,
Is it likely?
Daniel Levy.
But it's out there. It's possible.
Yeah, it's possible.
Do you think he gets 1 trophy before he's done there? Let's say he says 3 years. 3 years.
3 years.
At Spurs.
3.
2 years.
Well, because it's usually that 3rd year is when the career dissipation happens.
Right. So we know the timeline of Jose Mourinho.
Mm-hmm.
1st year typically is amazing. 2nd year, there's a little bit of issue.
Got to spend some money.
But some problems start becoming, prevalent. And then the 3rd year, the wheels come off.
Everybody's tired of him.
Everyone's tired
We're
of him.
done.
Everyone's tired of the
Peace
shenanigans.
out. Bye.
So, can Jose Mourinho actually win trophies at Spurs? Can that happen?
It'd have to be next year.
It has to be next year.
Ain't gonna be this year.
Ain't gonna be this year.
And he ain't gonna win Champions League.
No.
No, not gonna win Champions League. You kidding me?
No.
No. So it would have to be FA Cup.
It would have to be the FA Cup. Huh? Out of the FA Cup?
Oh, you're out of the FA Cup?
Oh, there we go.
Well, then
Problem
it is
solved.
next year.
Problem solved.
There we go.
There we go.
Okay, so question of the
You
four.
come down here.
Is Jose Mourinho going to win a title? Is he going to win a cup? Is he going to win a trophy? Before, if the ban holds up, then you're like, what, 7 points?
It's like from the 1400s when they drew like a model of the universe and Earth was in the middle. It's like, it's you have the cop, right? The thing it stems from the cop now. I'm just throwing that out there.